Chat, lizard people or New World Order? New World Order. No, thank you.
On today's episode, the New World Order.
Duh cartel.
New. Gosh, that's awful.
World Order.
This guy's using a fucking chalkboard.
Oh yeah, it's board time. New World Order.
Board time, holy
Before I
shit.
even get into this one, I'll admit it.
Can we have board time?
It's a weird one. And while I'm a little iffy on this one, I think there's some really compelling stuff here. So
This isn't a weird one. This is a true one.
basically, and this is kind of a catch-all.
This one's
the New World Order
pretty
is a
red
number of
pilled.
different conspiracy theories that all, at least in their own ways, suggest that there is one big, secret, totalitarian worldwide government. Allegedly operating in secret, they are quietly pulling the strings, awaiting their emergence into the public eye.
Dude, someone just watched my TikTok.
It will be too late. Some people think it's related to the Illuminati, some people think it's the Freemasons, and some think...
What even are the Freemasons? Maybe watch a Freemason video.
Steven Spielberg movies, aliens. It's also worth noting that some of these theories are based in anti-Semitism. That is very harmful, and I just
anti-Semitism?
But whoever it may be, if it may be, there is some compelling information to support the idea, all the way back in the yellowed pages of the annals of history.
Dude, chat.
People have been around. There's always been that one group who wanted to
Pause the video.
kind of stake claim.
I went upstairs to get water. I only got ice. I forgot the water.
Since people have been around, there's always been that one group who wanted to kind of stake claim to like everything, you know.
Me.
And colonizers.
What got
In the
beeped? What did he say?
Alexander the Great strove to complete his assassinated father's goal of conquering the world, starting with taking down the Persian Empire. In the 13th and 14th century, the Mongol Empire amassed 9 million square miles of territory, making it the largest.
Dude, I wish I was a Mongol. I'll be honest. I wish I was there for the Mongols. That would have been based.
So basically, if there are people around, there's someone who wants to be in control. But what we're talking about isn't as obvious as those guys. The New World Order that many conspiracy theories claim exists today would have to be a lot more low-key. Well, kind of.
Oh, dude, the Denver airport?
The existence of the New World Order in modern day all comes down
This shit's
to
crazy,
the
chat, pay
weirdest
attention.
places I've ever been. The Denver airport. Oh, it's board time.
Chat, listen up.
Denver airport. 2 underlines in
The
one
Denver
day.
airport is crazy.
Aren't we lucky? The second biggest airport in the world, Denver was opened in 1995.
It's like fake.
Way behind schedule and way over budget. The final cost was some $2 billion over the original estimated cost, which, like, I don't know about you, but to me, that's a noticeable chunk of change.
That's 2 Jeff
Way
Bezos.
Over budget. Dollar, dollar, dollar. Bills, y'all. And for being nearly
This
twice
guy's
the
so
size of
quirky.
the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, the next largest in the U.S., in 2018, Denver was only the 20th busiest airport in the world. It's over twice the size of the island of Manhattan. So if you're not
That's actually crazy. I didn't know that.
What are you doing with all that space, Denver? Well, one of the airport construction workers alleged that the reason for the airport being so far behind schedule in the first place was because 5 multi-story buildings were built underneath, as well as a vast network of tunnels. 5-story buildings.
Real, by the way.
Under the airport.
I've been there.
Some people theorize that these could be anything from underground New World Order command bunkers to fallout shelters for the global elite, such as billionaires and politicians, to a FEMA concentration camp waiting to be utilized underneath the Denver airport in the future. There have been some explanations for the delays and extra costs to construction, such as an automated but ineffective bag system that they attempted to construct. But okay, weird stuff, right?
Well,
But
what's
nothing
wrong with the
suggests that a
bag
New
system,
World
bro?
Order specifically,
Damn.
right? Wrong. The
This guy had a
airport
bad
was dedicated on
experience at
March
Denver
19th,
airport.
1994 with a capstone inside the airport, which is still on display. Capstone. The stone
the
displays
fuck's
a
a
Masonic
capstone?
symbol and credits the New World Order Airport Commission with helping fund and build the airport.
True.
On top of that, level 5 of the Jepson terminal contains some really bizarre
New
murals.
World Order
Murals which
funded,
some
plus
believe
1.
may tell the story of apocalyptic events destroying the world, with the New World Order taking over in its place. Have you seen these? You heard about these? These murals?
Oh, I've heard
One
about
appears
King.
to be a heavily armed
guy's crazy.
Nazi soldier, and a letter from a 14-year-old boy who died in Auschwitz. Speaking of art, people
Okay,
arriving
what?
at the Denver airport by car will be greeted by a 32-foot-tall horse sculpture nicknamed Blucifer. Before the statue was completed, a piece of it fell off.
That's
and
my
hit the
day
sculptor
one.
Against a steel support beam in an accident that would prove fatal. Many believe it's a symbol of death and
Blucifer?
destruction and suggests the 4th horseman of the apocalypse. Blue horse. Throw it on the board.
Don't just
Oh,
say
yeah,
Blue
and did we
Horse.
talk
Is a
about
name.
The Swastika? This is gonna blow your freaking marble. Compared to some of the other
Hey,
busiest
yo.
airports in the country, like Atlanta, Chicago, O'Hare, and LAX, a lot of people think that Denver's resembles a swastika. Let's just do a little test here. This is Hartsfield in Atlanta. This is LAX.
So it
and
looks like a
then
swastika?
This is Denver.
Duh.
Pinky, if you ask me. Odd
What?
shape. Though
Pinky?
an
What does that mean?
representative has said that the runways are designed that way so that they can be used simultaneously no matter what the weather.
Yeah,
is.
sure, dude.
Components of the New World Order conspiracy theory also maintain just how strange it was when in 2011 a doomsday comet Elenin was scheduled to possibly enter the Earth's atmosphere, triggering a cataclysmic event. President Barack Obama was where?
Obama? Dude, Obama's always been sus.
Why though?
He's too epic.
The greatest argument against any of this meaning anything or mattering at all is the question of why. If the New World Order did exist, would they make all this obvious weirdo stuff plain as day for everyone to see? Some people argue that it's just some Colorado politicians having fun, maybe even drumming up tourism. Get back some of that $2 billion, you know? The Fly
That would
Denver
be
website
goated
also
tourism.
has some goofs with the theory, with images of reptile people on cell phones, suggesting the airport contains the Illuminati headquarters. Ultimately,
true.
the New World
True,
Order
true.
conspiracy kinda just doesn't work because there's no clear idea as to who the New World Order
I already know what it is,
Is
dude.
it Nazis? Is it aliens?
It's a Doc
Is it
Cartel.
Beyonce and Jay-Z? It's kind of like how flat earthers
not
agree that the Earth
Beyonce.
is flat, but don't
Beyonce
really
will.
agree on much else. I'm not a flat earther. For the last time. While a bit of a head
This guy's
scratcher, at the
definitely
end
a
of the day,
flat
it all
earther.
does seem pretty absurd. Like, you mean to tell me if you got a bunch of stuff you want to keep secret, you're gonna put this thing anywhere near it? I don't think so.
What's he a
Some theories claim
Blucifer
that the
hater, bro?
airport time capsule that will be opened in 2094 may reveal all the answers to these questions. So maybe we'll have to wait until then.
Wait,
But
what?
Until 2094,
They have a
just,
time
like,
capsule?
Move on. This thing anywhere near it? I don't think so. Some theories posit that the Denver airport time capsule that will be
Denver
opened in
airport
2094
time
may reveal
capsule?
all the answers to these questions. So maybe we'll have to wait until then. But until 2094, just like move on, focus on other stuff. Cause this
Dude,
is
hater?
dumb.
This guy's not base. This guy went from base to dumb pilled. Chat, I'm on board. How we feeling about New World Order? Real? Alright, listen, we'll do one more. We'll unmask the truth one more time. Lizard people kind of goes hand in hand. Listen, we're watching lizard people.
Hi. Today's episode, Reptilian Conspiracy. If you've been paying attention, you might have heard more and more references to a clandestine reptilian humanoid race. Sound familiar? It's shown up in pop culture with increasing regularity. You've heard it on podcasts,
True.
and politics. The
True.
theory has even infiltrated the hit romance reality show Love Island.
Just what are
What?
all these people talking about? Let's get
Love Island. Can I go to the island?
Okay, so as with nearly any conspiracy theory, there are usually variations in belief. But for the most part, the theory posits that there is a race of reptilians, or lizard people, if you will.
Race of lizard
and you
people.
should,
Write that down.
that work
Take notes.
in secret to dominate and rule over humans like you and me. Now, while the
Okay.
suggested origin of these lizard people varies from theorist to theorist, some say that they're from Earth, some say that they're from space, some say that they started on Earth, went to space, and came back. The one thing that most folks agree on
What?
is that these motherfuckers are evil. So how do these lizard
What if
folk
they're not
go from
evil, though?
ruling in secret to getting brought up in Love Island casual contestant conversation? Well, the Reptoids
OnlyFans
former
link
soccer
coming
player,
soon.
Sports reporter and hot take haver David Icke for absolutely and utterly blowing up their spot. It's also worth noting now that David Icke's ideas are kind of problematic and borderline prejudiced. but we'll
Dude,
get to that later.
problematic,
In
dude?
1988, David Icke released a book called The Biggest Secret. where two
Problematically
people he interviewed
based.
claimed that the British royal family were not in fact humans, but lizard people.
True.
Icke also claims that George W. Bush,
Actually,
Henry
all
Kissinger,
British people are
and
lizards.
Hillary Clinton,
I'd like to add this.
and Bob Hope are lizard people as well. Icke says that the reptoids are responsible for the JFK assassination, Princess Diana's
True.
death, and
True.
even 9/11. According
Very
to
true.
Icke, the Anunnaki, an ancient species of prehistoric alien demigods, came from
Lizards
the
did
Orion,
9/11.
Sirius, and Draco constellations, created humans, and then created a reptilian-human hybrid. Making sense? Right? Additionally, Icke suggests that lizard people drink human blood, which allows them to shapeshift into human form. Allowing them to, I guess, then become a vaudeville legend and have an airport named after them. Icke has written that presidents and prime ministers have either been lizard people themselves or have been possessed or controlled by lizard people, and that they have had control of
Possessed.
powerful offices since ancient times, like when Shrek 1 came out. Pretty heavy stuff, right? So
What
is there
did
that even
Shrek have to
supports
do
these
this?
wild-ass
Shrek's
claims?
not a
Well,
lizard, he's an ogre.
A little bit.
Matt's
Kinda.
confused.
Maybe. Now, while I'm not all in on the reptilian theory just
Yeah, you
yet,
are,
I
dude.
will
Look at
say
his
that it's not
mustache. He's
untrue
in.
that some very powerful people objectively look like lizards.
These
And
are
if you
Matt's
watch enough footage
opinions
of
and do not
politicians and
reflect the
high-level
views of
CEOs, you will
BuzzFeed,
find
Kappa.
At least a few frames of them doing odd things. Now, maybe that's because to
BuzzFeed
achieve a high
is
level of
lizards.
success, you kind of just have to throw out being an altogether normal person, or maybe they're lizard people. What's
Sure.
most interesting is that, and this is a fact, is that a lot of U.S. presidents and very powerful people
Are lizards.
related, very distantly, but related.
Is this true?
For example, President Barack Obama is a distant cousin of the Bushes, Gerald Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson, Harry Truman, and James Madison, as well as Winston Churchill.
What?
President Franklin Delano Roosevelt was related, again very distantly, to 11 other U.S. presidents, including Madison, both Adams, Van Buren, Harry
This is real?
Grant, the other Harrison, Taft.
This is a
and, of
factual
course, the
thing?
other Roosevelt.
Obama is related to the
Only one,
Bushes?
Eleanor was his 5th cousin. Hell, according to genealogy experts at
This is
Gene.com,
suspicious.
Go back far enough,
I might be on
Hillary
board,
Clinton
chat.
and Donald Trump are related. 19
Clinton and Trump
So
are
is
related?
that evidence of ancient reptilian bloodlines secretly infiltrating and controlling our government? Or is it just kind of, you know, how ancestry
No, it's not how
works? I don't know.
ancestry works,
Either
dude.
way, you're gonna want to know how to spot a reptoid. And that brings us to board time.
Oh, dude, I love board time.
So let's start with the easy
Board time, board time.
Okay. IV dead giveaways that you're talking to a lizard. We got the
Big eyes.
forked tongue, blue or green scales instead of skin. They lay eggs. But those are easy. According to one source
Do
at
they?
Alien Hub, there are more subtle signs that someone is a lizard person or have been possessed by one.
Big
Reddish
eyes, dude.
Hair. I didn't say it, they did. Keen eyesight or hearing. If I had keen eyesight, I would be wearing glasses to throw people off. Low blood pressure. Everything's chill, dude.
What?
ESP. UFO
What
connection.
is the ESP?
A
Third
love
eye?
Of space or science. Space. A predominance of green or hazel eyes that can change color. A sense of not belonging to the human race.
Oh.
I don't belong to the human race. A deep compassion for the fate of mankind.
Yeah, listen, this is all kind of
Unexplained
driving me
stars
off.
On the body. An affinity for those chocolate
Stars?
Valentine's Day hearts. That's not actually on the list, but. who
Oh, I
knows,
might be a
though?
lizard,
Even
though.
without
I
that,
do,
many
Matt.
powerful
Fuck you.
people exhibit many of these signs, but does that make them
Make me
lizard
feel
people?
special,
Okay,
honest.
So here's a conspiracy theory pro tip, and this goes for nearly any conspiracy theory. If you present evidence in the right order
Mhm.
and don't present evidence against, you can make a compelling case. So now let's talk about the problem.
Oh, dude, come on. No, I'm on board,
Back to
King.
David Icke, the leading reptilian conspiracy theorist. He was a famous soccer player in the UK who had to retire after developing arthritis at age 21. He became political and joined the Green Party as a spokesman in the 1980s.
Green Party
He resigned
base
from
head.
the Green Party in the early 1990s, which later banned him, and he toured the country telling people he was the son of the Godhead, and was generally laughed
The
out of
Godhead?
the UK. His theories
That sounds like
were
an
often
Elden
labeled as
fucking
anti-Semitic.
ring
While
boss.
Some of the people on the list aren't Jewish. Icke has stated that the Rothschilds, a prominent and influential Jewish family, are actually blood-sucking reptilians.
Oh.
It claims that he's not criticizing real Jews, just many lizard people posing as Jews. These are his words.
True.
He's also been labeled a Holocaust denier, positing both that Jews may have funded the Holocaust. or that
Okay,
it
dude.
didn't happen.
This guy fell off.
In addition to
Dude,
that,
Icke
there
literally
also
ruined
might be a
his
scientific
whole thing.
reason why we might just not like snakes to begin with, making us very susceptible to a fear of a reptile-human hybrid. In 2013, scientists discovered that we have certain neurons in our brains that only respond to snakes. According to their research published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, these neurons were very important to our early ancestors who had to be wary of snakes when they were a major threat to survival. In a small study in 2014, EEG meters were used to track subjects' brain activity.
This is
when
sussy.
shown photos of snakes. The study showed
I'm back
what we
on board.
already know. People, for the most part, don't like snakes. Could this be evidence of a possible counter theory that we're predisposed to be scared of reptiles and therefore more likely to be paranoid about lizard people? I think so. So are we under
No,
the rule of
we're
blood
biologically-
aliens intent on sucking our human blood and shape-shifting their way into our
No, that's
Or
no,
is this
this
just
guy's wrong. Matt's confused.
a bunch of horse apples? We may never know for sure, but watching what our politicians do with our tax dollars isn't the worst idea. And maybe when you're watching that, you can keep an eye out for lizard tongues. Or anything else on this list.
Matt, you have a lot of those traits.
Matt is a lizard. Listen. The lizard people reside within the Denver airport. True? True? The lizard people hive is underneath the Denver airport. And they are the New World Order. I'm on board with these guys. Me and Matt, dude. We're day ones right now.